How's our film coming along?
It's coming along very slow. We're moving like snails right now. But we're gonna hurry up and fix it.
We moved to Prospect Heights 7 years ago, and last year our building was sold. Our small little apartment went up in price $1,000. So we're being pushed out like a lot of people. Our building was privately held, very fair rent, and we are very happy here. And a corporate entity bought it and booted out everybody that didn't have $2,500 a month for a tiny shoebox of an apartment, and they had no problem renting them either.
That they already put in a bag of gas. But they didn't put it on the thing. So that's right.
My name is Xavier Ford. I've been living on this block on and off since birth. My family has been on this block 64 years. They are now the oldest family on this block. When my family first came here, it was 2 sets of children. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, my great-uncle and his wife and their kids, and my grandmother's kids, which at the time, I believe, so there was 4. My uncle had 4, so there was 8 kids in the house. My first memory ever in my entire life is waking up in a bed in that house, on the top floor in the back room. I remember that was my first conscious memory, is waking up in a bed in this house. Yeah, I mean, from when I was a kid, one of the biggest changes I saw was going this for me. And when I was growing up, it was, when I was little, it was predominantly black. And then it started being more mixed. And then the biggest change that I remember was particularly going from the 80s into the 90s, was the transformation of all the buildings that used to be burned down or boarded up. Started in the 90s, started being fixed little by little. Like there was I can't remember, but it was that house over, yes, the Brown house, if I remember, yeah. So that house had been burnt up for decades since I was little. There had been a fire in there, and it had never been repaired. And in the mid 90s, these African guys came, bought the house, and repaired everything and fixed everything up themselves. And I noticed little by little that the neighborhood people were starting to move in that hadn't been here before, and people started moving back down south. The thing I love about the block is that for me it's home, no matter what. This is home. When my older relatives and cousins come back here, because pretty much the generation before mine, they all grew up around here and they all knew everybody in the neighborhood. This is still home for them. It doesn't matter where they move, this is home. And and the thing I love about this is that I can always go home. It doesn't matter if I go on a trip, if I'm away for years, I can come back and go home. And not a lot of people can say that, and I can. I feel very happy about that. The only bad thing is that it's priced some people out of the neighborhood that have been living here for generations, and that's the bad thing.
In the tree? Oh, that was one of the...
It's a really nice block. It's had some troubling times back in like the 80s, and then it started to prosper again in the 90s. And right now it's beautiful. It's a little bit more crowded than I remember when I was growing up. But my parents have been here for the last 46 years. I've pretty much been here my whole life until I got married and moved and had kids. But I still call this home. I come here all the time, hang out with my mom. I love the block, and I still have friendships with everyone that I grew up with. I've been friends with pretty much the same people for over 40 years. So it's a beautiful place to grow up. Nothing negative, other than there's no parking. That's the only negative thing that I can think about. But other than that, it's a great place. Great neighbors, everybody. Yeah, everyone looks out for each other. It feels good to have happy childhood memories, things you can still hold on to, and you can still say I'm friends with, my childhood friend. My childhood friend that lived a couple of doors down. She's my kid's godmother. It's just a great place. I'm happy I can still come back here. My nickname on the block is Bunty. That's my nickname. My real name is Narisa, but my nickname is Bunty.
I've been living on the block all my life. I'm 20 years old, born and raised here. Yeah, I really like it. It's grown over time, and I've been here to watch it grow. I've grown alongside it. So, many years back, many years back, the little free library was put up right outside our house. And it's nice. It's a place for kids to go and get books, or adults to go and get books, leave it, lend it, and it really builds a sense of community, and I enjoy that. What I don't like so much, I guess the traffic that's come in since the Barclays Center makes crossing the streets with the stop signs a little more difficult, but overall, more stuff I like here than stuff I don't, yeah.
Any good footage over here?
Change is good, but I like the old St. Mark's Avenue. It was more family oriented, Remember there was a time I told you we had 175 kids on the block playing together.
Oh my God.
Yeah. There were 175 kids.
You raised your family here.
Yeah. 4 generations. Okay, Chris.
My name is Felicia, and I've lived in this neighborhood for 31 years. I have 2 actually. One is 6, and the other one is 1. He just turned 1. I mean, it's gotten better, and there's a whole lot of new everything from before. A lot of restaurants, bars. I don't know what else to say. Come on, boo. His name is Jamal. Say hi. He's checking you out.
This block is quiet. Like, it's not like Flatbush, like loud noise, people smoking. It's quiet. We can release on the side. Nobody steal packages. It's cool. I like downtown area.
No, I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful for him. He was a good example to follow. Yeah, my grandfather was a good example to follow. If I can do, in terms of how he treated people, if I can do what he was doing, I'll be good.